In this video, we're going to show you how to search the library's online catalog. Now, in a previous video, we showed you how to find the library's online catalog. This video is intended to help you search the library's online catalog. Now, if you haven't seen the first of these videos, or you're just curious and want to be able to bookmark where the library's online catalog is, the library's online catalog is https://ncabls.klas.com. That will take you to the page that is on the screen now, which is the library's online catalog homepage. So from here, we're going to show you how to do an easy general search. And that's mainly going to be the way you'll want to do most of your searching, at least if you're not comfortable or you've never used the catalog before. As you get more experienced and better with using the catalog, you may go on to the advanced search. The advanced search offers some other advantages, but it does require someone with some knowledge of searching the catalog to really use it effectively. So the best place to start is with a quick search. So if you're on the home page of the online catalog, down below the top heading and below the menu that has home, search, and browse, etc. in it, below that is a quick search bar. So it's a box, like a Google box if you searched Google before. Just put your cursor into this box. And the nice thing about this search is that it's fairly loose. It's keyword. So it's just going to go out hunting in the catalog for things you enter in the box, whether it's a title, an author, a subject you might have heard about, or things like bestsellers, or how to find materials just by what they're kind of called, by their format. You can use this box. In fact, the one nice thing about the quick search box, for example, unlike some of the other tools, is the quick search box, you can actually put an author's name, first name, and last. You can put it in last name and first, which is probably a little more accurate, but if you can't figure out the author's first name or last name, put in as much as you know. Same thing with the title. This box allows you the greatest flexibility in searching. Put in as much as you know, and it's going to pull back what it can find for you to maybe match things. So a couple of quick tips on using the search box. Let's say, for example, you wanted to find things that are in Braille. You don't really have a path, but you want to find something in Braille. If you put the letters BR in the box and do an enter, that's going to take you to Braille items in our catalog. Because the way that we, at least as a first thing, the way that we do Braille is we use the letters BR as the items part of the item's code to delineate what type of item, what format it is. DB is for digital talking book, LT is for large type, and DV is for descriptive video in videotape. MD is for descriptive DVDs. So that's a little quick tip for you to use to do things. So here we have a list of Braille results, and we can scroll through them, and we can do general searches. Now, the other thing you may notice too is, we have a lot of Braille stuff. We also have a large type item. We have some other things. We have a digital talking book, the list 9th down. Now, why would we have that? Well, because somewhere in the record, the letters B and R are together. That's all it means. It's looking at the entire record to bring something back to give you something. Like I said, this is a quick tip and a shortcut. If I go back to where I started, I'm going to show you another kind of search you can do. Now, let's say you have the latest issue of Talking Book Topics, or if you look for it, and you want to find this book, you want to reserve it yourself. No problem. Put in the exact book number you found. We call them ID numbers. Okay, in this case, there's a Patterson book I like, and I found it in Talking Book Topics. So I'm going to put in the letters DB 068889. Let's just go see what that is. Okay, this may not be Patterson. Okay, it's not Patterson, it's the Help. So I have found a copy of the Help directly And you notice there's no other results. It's just gone to that book. The same applies if I'm looking for an LT, I'm looking for a BR, so a large type, or a Braille book, or descriptive video, etc. It's going to go exactly to the title if I put exactly the item's ID number in the box. Okay, so we're going to go back and we're going to try another search. This time we're going to look for Agatha Christie. And to show you how loose the search is, I'm going to just put in Agatha Christie, and now I have a list of Agatha Christie books in all different kinds of formats. Now, here's your results. If I scroll up above where the titles are listed, above your results, you will notice in the area called Search Results, you've got 1 out of 16 out of 3 on this page, so we're showing you 16 at a time, out of 307 items because we did a really loose search. Below that is a link, your search so far, to tell you you're searching for Agatha Christie. So that means there is a way you can add more terms to that search if you want something more specific, like Murder on the Orient Express or Hercule Poirot's novels, something like that. You could put those in there as well. The next line is kind of is an important one too, because it defaults to searching your results by relevance. So basically, what that means that it's going to look for the term Agatha Christie. Anytime Agatha Christie comes closest together, it's going to put them at the top of the list. Anything that mentions Agatha and/or Christie is going to kind of get split up. It's going to go down lower on the list. This, by the same token, if you look in the box, you have a drop-down list. You can go by popularity. Popularity refers to how many times was this book checked out. So you can see, you can kind of get an idea of almost a bestseller or a most wanted list at the library. The year published. Year published is important because you may be looking for a very old, Agatha Christie is an older author. And there are books from way back in the 20th century. And you may just want to find those books by that publication date. The next one down is called date added. Now that's the date that it actually became part of the library's collection. We actually cataloged it in our collection. And that may be important to you because you want to see the most recent books that we've added to our collection. And then author's name by last name and then first. Title. You may have a title you've thought of and you couldn't quite figure out what it exactly was. This will kind of group them together so you can figure out what your titles were. And the book number. Now that's a famous thing I've talked about. The book number can be a very important, very direct search strategy. You want to find this book, but let's say you want to go back and reference it later. So you could go look at the record and find out what the book number is. Okay. So that's what that does. That's what that sort box does. Now if you go over to the left here, left side of the page, you're going to find a way to refine your search. Now, the first box is like a search window. You can put in more information into that box and go on a hunt to break down your results to make them more specific to what you're looking for. Below that is recently added, meaning the date, how recently was this item added to our collection? Was it within the last month, the last 3 months, the last year? You have several options here. Now, let's say you only want to see things within the last 3 months and even the last month. So you want to eliminate results that you don't need. So in this case, if you go here, you take this. So I want to get rid of all the ones that are since last year because it's kind of a big chunk. I'm going to eliminate some stuff. So I have a link here since last year. Then I have the number of items, which in this case is 15. And then next to that is a button that allows you to, if you click on that, it will exclude that piece. So if I click on that to exclude it, it minuses it out. It looks like a blue minus sign, but it is an exclude button. So I click on that button. It's now going to remove all of those items that were last year. It's going to give me stuff that's more recent. The next facet that I can look for in that box would be language. Now, if you notice, there's Agatha Christie's prolific British author, so 270 items in English. But there are also, if you notice below that, Spanish language titles. There's about 26 in this case. French language, there's 8. German, 1. Italian, 1. And there's a show more box. If you click the show more box, it's going to show you even more languages. So there's an Italian version and a Ukrainian version. So that might inform some of your searching. So let's say I now want to look at all the Spanish language added ones, and I want to limit all the other languages. The easiest way to do that is just to click on the link that says Spanish language from this group, and now it sorts your things. It eliminates all those other languages, and if you notice, the titles are in Spanish mainly. Now, that's not to say there may not be from time to time titles of Spanish translations that are the English because they were translated from the English, and there wasn't an equivalent way to interpret it or to make it into a Spanish title. That does happen. So we'll back up again another step. The next box, any kind of special collection things. Now, the main things that we emphasize as a special collection in our catalog are the Marrakesh titles. So anything that's under Marrakesh, and the Marrakesh titles are ones that are from other libraries other than their own, from other countries, as part of the Marrakesh agreement. Whether they be digital talking book or braille, they'll be shown there. And then medium. So a very important one. I have digital books, large print, braille. I have descriptive video tapes and descriptive DVDs. Now, let's say I wanted to find a title that was Agatha Christie's, some kind of work that has been made into a movie of some kind. And I want to find it on descriptive DVD. So what I can do is I would just drill down on the title. I would just drill down on this thing that's at the bottom. It says movie disc. That's going to bring me to the one. And then there were none. Now, the other thing, too, that we haven't shown you yet, we've shown you all the facets. Let's show you what a record looks like. Oh, I apologize. Let's back up a step. The other thing we can do from this faceted box, the next thing down is availability. So you're either going to see, are they downloadable or are they available in hard copy? This gives you, can you download it right now? So we can click on this link and look at all downloadable items. They would be directly downloadable from your results list. And if you look at your results list, let's go back. If you read your results list, you have your title information, you have your status, which basically tells you, can you order it, which you can. Is it available as a downloadable talking book? So it's downloadable. This item can be downloaded to your computer. You could unpack it and put it onto a cartridge or a flash drive and play it in a digital talking book player. Other bits of information in this brief view are the author's name, the year that it was actually produced, how long is it, what series it belongs to, and what's the format. So, and if you scroll through different titles. Now, we drill down and we will go to like Death on the Nile here. And we're going to look at the record for Death on the Nile. You'll see if you go into it, if you drill on that link, that's the title, you get much more information. The full annotation, more subject headings, the language it's in, importantly, and the media type. And this other button down here, you can add it to your book basket. Now, in a future video, we're going to talk about how do you order items. That'll be a gateway to how you do that. That's a clue to how you order items. So, with that said, we've done a lot of searching. I'm going to show you really briefly right now how to do a advanced search. So, advanced searching is done by going above that from the home page, going above that quick search box, go up on the page to that menu bar, and right next to the home button is a search button. That is more of an advanced search. If you click on that button, you're going to be taken to a catalog search window where you can put in a search term, an index. And indexes there are three main ones we use, which are author, title, and subject, to index items in our catalog. So that's a faster way to search the catalog. If you know those bits of information, the one thing I'll say, the reason why I recommend using the quick search at the front, the keyword search, rather than using this initially until you're comfortable, is because you really have to be careful about your terms, because this search is less forgiving. This is for people who really know the author they're looking for, really kind of know the title they're after, and really have an idea of a little more of what they're doing. You can play with it, you can experiment with it, it will be useful, but I would recommend not venturing into these waters until you're ready for them. The other important thing here is you can determine your sort results here at the front end rather than waiting till you get your results on the quick search end. By relevance, popularity, the year published, the date added, the author, the title, and the book number. Now, if you're doing a search from here and you know a book number, this could be very useful to you as well to do it from here. But in any case, anything we do, if we left all the indexes wide open and searched for an author's last name, like Stephen King, which in this case is going to be King Stephen, this is going to actually allow you to look for Stephen King books. But it also might mention Stephen King. See, there's Stephen R. Lawhead as one of the people. See, it broke that apart from Stephen King. So it mentions Stephen King somewhere in the annotation probably, but it doesn't directly mention the author. That's where you have to be really careful about how you search that. Rather than that, if we just do an author search, it's going to really zero down on authors. It's going to be Stephen King is going to be the author listed in all these works. So that's an important thing to remember if you're doing this. And you can use this same exact search from the quick search window. So if I wanted to do King Stephen here, I could. And it's going to bring me back to the same information. But if you notice, the same thing I did before when all the indexes up, it brings back the same set of results that have another Stephen listed as the author due to how Stephen King is listed on that title. So that's about all we can mention today on searching. It's a good starting point, and as I said, it's probably best to start searching the catalog using the quick search tool rather than the advanced search until you get more comfortable. The other thing that can help you out and inform how you search your catalog is if you scroll down on the home page, we have actually given you some pointers on how to use the functionalities. And down to the bottom of the page here, there is a line at the footer of the page almost. It says how to search the catalog. It lists that if you use a number, this will retrieve a book number and include the 0 in the number. So if you know the number, put the 0 in there with it, with the type. The author's name, so last name first, no commas necessary. And for example, if you're looking for like romance and mysteries, if you want to find it by a specific format, you would use that specific format's 2-letter code, whether it be DB, BR, or LT, and a space, and then put in the type of book you're looking for, whether it be mystery, romance, bestseller, etc., however we list them. So that can help inform that. So that's all for this video. We'll see you for future videos. Thank you.